Welcome back. Welcome back to another Freysa FAI update on the Crypto Spaces channel, guys. Freysa FAI, I spoke about this project after it had its nice move from the low. It did a 130% move from the low. I was like, oh, I remember this project. It's officially listed on Coinbase. You see how the coins that are officially listed on Coinbase outperform the coins that you could just buy with the Coinbase wallet? Because the whales that have liquidity on Coinbase, right? The whales that have millions of dollars, they could just instantly transact their money there and, you know, buy like $100,000 of a coin and not have to worry about, price impact, right? With bad liquidity, if someone tries to buy a lot of a coin, like I'm talking 6 to 7 figures, they're gonna have to deal with price impact. Price impact meaning like they're gonna try to buy 100,000 of a coin. If it has bad liquidity, they're gonna lose $20,000 to the liquidity, right? That's crazy stuff when you think about it. But if it has good liquidity, 371 liquidity, some of the best liquidity anywhere you could buy FAI right now, Freysa. Anywhere you could buy Freysa, buying it directly on Coinbase gives you 371 liquidity. Even on Uniswap, you're not getting that much liquidity. Aerodrome as well, right? But a lot of people aren't gonna go through DEXs, right? They wanna be simple on the centralized exchange. So that's why I was like, whoa, it's listed on Coinbase officially as well. Okay, this is probably gonna cook, right? So not much price impact. They're gonna buy $100,000 of Freysa and only lose not even lose. They won't lose anything. The price impact. They're probably getting the whole 100,000, right? So now when I talked about it, I said, okay, wait for a pullback. It did pull back to 2726. That's when I got some exposure, right? I didn't buy the exact drop. I didn't buy as much as I wanted to, right? I didn't say, okay, I got $500. Let me put in the whole 500 here at 2627 because I was expecting it to go lower, which it did not go lower. So I have, minor exposure here. And then it went on an absolute tier all the way up to 6-7 now at 55 million market cap. Just absolutely ripping here. It could potentially go to $1 billion market cap. It really can, right? That would put it at 10 cents per Freysa. So if you have like 20,000 Freysa right now, that's going to be $2,000, right? If you have 10,000 Freysa, that's going to be $1,000. If you have 100,000 Freysa, that's going to be $10,000, right? So I probably may title this video how much 100,000 Freysa will be worth in 2026. So one of the only coins that's going up right now, I've de-risked. I de-risked at around 5.6, 5.7. That's when I de-risk. Took some profits as well. I'm letting the rest of the moon bag ride to Valhalla, guys. Send it to Valhalla now, right? That's how you go about the market, man. You can't say, oh, well, you're leading your followers into the badness situation. Oh, you're a scammer, or you're doing everything wrong, or you're a scammer. Let me show you guys real quick, okay? Because all of this I'm doing for free, no paid groups, none of that. This is just like I said, this channel is my trading journal. As I get better in the crypto space, I'm doing my best to become one of the best traders, spot traders, right? No leverage, just spot trade my way to my financial goals, right? So see, it was at 2031, and I said, okay, now it's at, because I saw it at 204. I said, now it's a good dip. Maybe we start getting a bit of exposure. This was 2 days ago, right? The March 3rd, right? And then it dropped a little bit more to 2627, which I made, this is when I made my purchase around the 326 to 3 range, 206 to 2026 to 203 range. That's when I made my entries, right? Not as much as I was hoping for, because I thought it was a drop back down to like 2011513, right? But it didn't. So I gotta take what I have, right? I'm not gonna FOMO any green candles. That's not a good trading strategy to FOMO green candles. That's never works, right? It just never works to do that. Why is it showing up like this? I'm not trying to. Can I refresh it and scroll properly without that showing up? Okay. So now it's, even if you bought from this video, when I say, okay, now's a good time to get exposure at 2031, you're already up a 2x, if not a bit more. And if it actually goes to $1 billion market cap, which is 10 cents, depending on how much you have, that's great ROI, man. That's a 20x move from here. It's a 20x move to a billion market cap from here. Obviously, like I said, take profits. If you're up 2x, you could take a little profits, right? If you wait for a 3x and then take some profits, it's up to you. But it's absolutely ripping, man, and going for it. So it's crazy. It's really crazy to see. It really is the projects that most people don't have exposure to are the ones that really take off. So what did they announce recently? The Freysa team announced ML.link, which is an infrastructure for sovereign agents, one MCP server that lets any agent deploy, host, and manage production apps, no human wrangling, GitHub, Vercel, DNS, or billing dashboards, work with Claude Code, Codex, OpenClaw, anything that speaks MCP. And here's how, and then they break it down, creating accounts on 4 platforms, provisioning databases, copying connection strings, give your link to your agent, tell your agent what to build, agent writes the code and deploys it. Then you get a live URL, which is URL meaning like a website link, right? So deploy your web apps, APIs, set custom domains, read, build, and runtime logs, manage env vars, collaborate in team workspaces, all through natural language, right? The best part, it works with it already in use. One line, your agent config, that's it. Your agent now has superpowers. So basically, it's the ultimate way for your agent in a simplest form to communicate with other agents and build out crazy business structures and apps and potentially make you the next Sam Altman, the next Mark Zuckerberg, the next Jeff Bezos, creating AI agents that create open apps that anyone could use, decentralized open apps anyone could use, and then you put some fees on that, you start charging for it, boom, you're a millionaire, you're a billionaire, right? You describe a business, your agent builds it, deploys it, buys the domain, sets up monitoring, handles billing, everything. Even the billing it handles, and wakes you up when there's only a decision to make. Okay, so everything it does autonomously for you. You don't need an accountant, you don't need a financier, you don't need an assistant to handle all of that. Just let the AI do it. Isn't that bullish, right? So this is what sovereign agents means. Agents that don't need permission to act, don't wait for human to click buttons, and own the full life cycle of what they create. INK is the first piece, giving agents control over infrastructure. The rest is coming fast. Agents will run businesses, conduct research, and collaborate autonomously. Ecosystems around identity, trust scores, credit, forecasting, and autonomous governance will emerge around the economic capabilities of agents. That's so bullish. The only question is, will they have the infrastructure to do it? Well, you guys just built the infrastructure. ML Inc. Is it Inc. or? Yeah, it is Inc. ML.Inc. Okay. I was saying link. ML.Inc. Okay. So you guys build the infrastructure for it. So now this is how you, Freysa team, Freysa AI, capitalize on this, which is pretty bullish, right? So the internet, but for agents, and MCP native deployment platform, compute domains and infrastructure controlled by your agent. We put it online, the front end, back end domains all handled. So basically you could build the ultimate AI agent tool that works with all the coding software, Codex, Gemini, Claude, OpenClaw, Windsurf, DeepSeek, etc., right? And then you could literally put it autonomously on the website with Freysa AI, with FAI, and then they build out businesses, apps, all of these things for you. And then, like I said, they handle all the business structure as well. You deploy any stack on FAI, Freysa, on ML.Inc. through FAI, and then you could be the next, like I said, Sam Altman, the CEO of ChatGPT, OpenAI, the next Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon, the next Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, Facebook, Instagram, etc., right? And then you become a millionaire / billionaire from building your own stack here with FAI and the new, the new built ML.Inc., right? The new protocol that they created. From static to full stack apps, your agent deploys whatever it builds. No config files, no Docker setup, no CI pipelines, just code and go. Vibe code and go. That's bullish, man. So, how would you play it right now? Well, if you it's the same thing. I'm never gonna tell you to FOMO. Look for dips, look for pullbacks. Never FOMO into any project. When you do see a pullback, if you got $500, maybe buy $50 to $100 when you see that first pullback. because it could go lower. If it does go lower, add another $100. It does go lower, add another $100 until you use up the $500, right? And then you be patient, right? If it goes completely, haywire and you miss out, hey, that's how it goes, man. Sometimes you have to miss out. I don't know what to say. Sometimes you have to miss out, man. That's just how it is, man. So yeah, like I said, I've already de-risked, took some profits, and I'm just holding this now. Whatever I have left in, not that much, man. Even with Venice, I'm not that much, because I gotta show more conviction on coins. But there's so many, it's very tough to pick the right successful coin, right? So it's very tough. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold and see what happens. Keep the updates coming for other people at Whole Fi as well. And we play it by ear. We see how it goes as the days go by. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. None of this is financial advice. It really is not financial advice. Please don't wreck yourself and then say, oh, crypto space has made me wreck myself. No, don't do that. Like, comment, subscribe. Join my Discord. Link to that is in the description. Follow me on X. And also subscribe to my Clips channel. Really support, man. I'm putting this content out for free, man. On the Discord, like I said, I made the call. Other people are paying attention. Shout out to people in the Discord. Buckets, Diverse Crypto. Buckets, Arrow, Diverse Crypto. J-Dog, shout out to everybody in the Discord. And again, this is just, we joined the Discord. It's like a little community for us to just interact with each other and, just pay attention to everything that's happening in the market. Two heads are better than one. Is that the saying, right? That's the saying. So